All right, Karl Heithecker.
The first question is, when did you start playing the bass and why?
1975.
Talking to the mic some more. Yeah.
Why? Probably because I was afraid to play guitar. I had too many strings. That's how, well, you know, 4 strings looks a little easier, so I'll tackle that. That's how it all started for me in 75.
Oh, okay. Now, in 75, what did you start listening to? Who were you listening to on bass? Who's some of your favorite bass players?
Back then it was like the obvious ones. Stanley Clarke was just starting to get popular, Return to Forever, and Jocko was coming onto the scene, and Jimmy Haslett. You know, it was a few years later, but it was kind of gravitated towards those guys. I think a lot of guys were back in, you know, late 70s and 80s, and I was no exception. I was like the other guys. I just wanted everyone slapping off, and before you knew it, that's all you heard. I did a lot of it, not too much, but and today I don't do it as much as for like maybe a little solo, but just finger style, as far as the band situation goes.
Okay, who are some of the people that you, some of the music that you listen to, some of the bands and stuff like that?
Yeah, I did some jazz fusion work back in the late 70s, towards around 1980, you know, typical rock and roll stuff. With one of the first bands on it was called Elevation, and Paul Kramer and his brother Martin was the original bass player. It was one of my teachers actually, and I ended up replacing Martin in Elevation and Paul, and that was a great band. We had that for a few years and went from that into a jazz trio. It was called If and When, with some guys that everyone's scattered around the United States today. No one's around anymore. And, after that, Broken Yo-Yo, the Wayne State Band, back in '86. I was with them for a while. It was a really good band. They were kind of a progressive, new wave thing going on. They played almost anything that was danceable. And then the most, you know, memorable band was Mike DeMay. We had a pretty good sized band back then, which was actually going to go after a record contract. Never really happened. Drummer ended up with some nerve damage in his shoulder, so that never panned out. And today I'm in a band called the Soul Crackers, 9-piece band. We got a 4-piece horn section, real big sound. I mean, everything we do is horn oriented and very danceable. We're playing tonight, in fact. So that's pretty much all I do is I'm with that band today. I'm not doing anything else.
Okay, if we want to check out you or your band via the computer and listen to some of your music, where can we find you at?
Yeah, soulcrackers.com. Crackers with a K. Soul Crackers on Facebook, same spelling. SOULKRACKERS.
Where did the name Soul Crackers come from?
It's not my name. I joined the band. I was already called Soul Crackers.
That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, there's a few around the country. Actually, there's more than one. So
now, do you have a Facebook page yourself?
I do, under my name, you know, Karl Heithecker, Karl with a K. Heithecker is Heithecker. Also, knobbies, rubber guitar knobs. That's what I have right here. I sell these on eBay. They're basically a rubber guitar knob that was out in the late 80s and 90s. The company went out of business. So being that I design and build injection tools for a living, I redesigned it on a computer, built a tool, and now we're molding. They pop right off, you know, set screw or nothing. They're really cool.
Oh,
and they're really comfortable because they're rubber. They're automotive rubber.
Okay, well, you know my favorite saying is, I don't want to keep you all day, man, because you got a show you got to do not too long from now. So if you can just hand me that mic and just play us out a little bit, man. Thank you very much.